Okay, very good evening, all. Today I'm going to deliver some sample GMAT questions in mathematics. They are having several type of questions: algebra, geometric, sample numbers. Okay, lot more. Okay, we will discuss how that can be come for the question as in the GMAT mathematics. Okay, we will discuss in the West. Look at it. If you read the product of the integer 1 to 30, inclusive, what is the greatest integer k, which is 3k factor of p. It's 3k factor of 3. That means you can take 1 to 30. If I take a highest number, it should be 30. Highest number, greatest number should be 30. Now, think with the 3's powers. You can take 30 divided by 3. Next one, you can take what? 30 divided by 3 to the power. Here 3 to the power 1, 3 to the power 2. Yes. Next, 30 divided by 3 to the power 3. Only that. There are not much. 3 to the power 1, 33. Here, 30 divided by 3 to the power 2, 9. 30 divided by 3 to the power 3, 27. Now rounded. This one, 10. Rounded. Actually, it's near to 4, 9, 18. Not 4. It's 3 and decimal value, yes. And here 1. When I rounded that out, it's 14. Yes. When you take the greatest value, it becomes 14. Okay. They ask you that kind of question. Okay. It may be like that. I will quickly go into. Okay. Next one. If n equal for 3 to the power 8 minus 2 to the power 8, which is following not a factor of n. Which is following not a factor of n. They are asking not a factor of n. Which one? Not a factor of n. How do I get? N is 38 minus 28. Okay. 38 minus 28. How to write that one? You can write 38. When you do you know in the algebra they are having a theorem, but difference of 2 is cut x squared minus y squared. You can write it as x minus y into x plus y. You can write like that. So here you can write 3 to the power 8 as 3 to the power 4 into 2 minus here 2 to the power 4 into 2. Now you can write 3 to the power 4 minus 2 to the power 4, 1. Other one, 3 to the power 4 minus 2 to the power 4 plus. Yes. Now simplify it. Now get the answer. Actually, this one, 3 to the power 4, 81. 2 to the power 4, 16, 1. Here, 81 plus 16. When you simplify, 35, 65. This one, 97. 65 into 97. Okay, now, which of the following not a factor of n? Now think, you can write this one as 65 and 97. So this here 97 have 65 should be here. Now think, 35, is there any factors of 65 or 97? No. 13 can be take for what? Think 1360, 65, yes. 65 factor can be taken 5 factor of 65, yes. But 35 is not a factor of these two values. You can think, go from this one. 65 is not a factor of these two values. Okay, so you can take that one. So first of all, you have to know the basic what difference of two squares there. After that, simplify and check the factors. Is that clear? Okay, you have to go like that. Okay, next one, 206. In the figure shown, the area of the shaded region is 3 times of the area of the smaller circle. Here, shaded one, 3 times of this one. If this one 1, this one 3. Yes. Smaller circular region. Then the circumferences of large circle is how many times the circumference of the Now they're asking circumference. First of all, you can find the, do you know, area of the circle? Area. Area should be 5r squared. Circumference equal to 5r. There's a difference. Okay, area of the larger one, if I consider smaller one is simple R, larger one is capital R. Okay, so what is the area of the smaller one? Smaller one area, small area. Small area should be 5 simple R squared. Large area, all together it should be 5 capital R squared minus 5 simple R squared. Is that clear? Now, it mentioned the difference of, yes, if I divide smaller one into large one into smaller one, then 5, if I take 5 commonly, it should be R squared minus R squared. Divide by here, 5R squared equal for what? 3. You can cancel if you want, 5 and 5. Here you can write R minus R1, other one R plus R over R squared equal for what? 3. You can write that 1 term. Okay, I simplify more and more. Okay, this one equal for 3. Now they are asking what? Then the circumference of the large circle, how many times of the circumference of the smaller one? The circumference ratio. Circumference ratio, now think, larger one circumference should be 2πr. The smaller one circumference should be what? Yes. The smaller one, 2π simple r. Now 2π. They are asking the how many times difference of these two. How to find that one? So how do you do? There are mentioned figures of area of the shaded regions 3 times of the smallest region. 3 times of the smaller region. 3 times. If it is taken 3 times, what should be there? Yes. 3 times means you can think. 3 times means this one 3 times means no need to do this much thinking. Now, if you are doing like this, it may be taking time. 3 times means actually the difference of these two. Look at here. The difference of these two, 5 capital R squared minus 5 simple R squared, equal for what? 3 times of what? 3 times of this one. What is 5 simple R squared? Now, you take this minus one into other side. Is that clear? The difference of these two equal for this one. So 3 times of this one. Now this minus goes to other side. 5 capital R squared equal for 4 times of 5R squared. Now 5 and 5 cancel. Here R squared equal for 4R squared. If you take the square root both side, capital R equal for what? Capital R equal for 2R. 2 times of R. Capital R equal for 2 times of R. Yes, you can see, you know, this capital R actually 2 times of R. So you can replace this one as 2R. R and R cancel, remaining 2. So how many times? The circumference should be what? 2 times of that one. If you are going like that, it easy. Otherwise, it's taken more and more time. Clear? It's taken more and more time otherwise. Okay. Here, next one. Look at it. Club X has more than 10, but fewer than 40 members. More than 10 and fewer than. That means 10 to 40 in between that value. Okay, someone, okay, yes. Sometimes the members sit at the table with 3 members at one table and 4 members at each of the other tables. 3 members at one table and 4 members at each of the other tables. And sometimes they sit at table with 3 members, one table, 5 members at each of the other table. If they sit at the table with 6 members at each table, expect one and fewer than 6 members at that table. How many members will be table has fewer than 6? Now, did you remember the question? Hmm. Think. Now think. Okay, here X has a more than 10, fewer than 40. Okay, 10 to 40. Sometimes the members of the table with 3 members at one, three, others four, 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 like that. Another thing, is that clear? And sometimes they are sit on table three, others sit five, 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 like that. Otherwise, if they sit at the table which 6 members, altogether six, 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 maybe like that. 6 multiplication, except one and fewer than six. Okay, except one and fewer than six, like that. Okay, so how many members will be at the table that has fewer than 6 members? How many tables fewer than 6 members? How to take? Okay, n couldn't be what? Something like what? Something like some like 23 maybe. Yes, it may be 23. 43 is like that, but 43 not me, not there. Okay, yes, there are members. There are mentioned. If this table 6 members each table except yes. Okay, yes. Another thing, when seated with the 6 members per table except one, it should be what? Except one, it should be 23 divided by 6. There are 3 tables with 5 members and one table less. Now think, what should be the answer? You have to guess in with that. Yes, it should be 4. Answer should be 4. Why? Yes. Why? Why? Answer should be 4. You can think what? It should be like something like what? 23, 43, 63, maybe like that. Because this pattern. And also thinking of next pattern. If you think in this one, it's different. Yes. Because modulus 1. Yes. Altogether, it should be like this. But it cannot be listed. Yes. 3 table is 5 members. If they are having 3 tables with the 5 members. And one table with, yes, 3 tables with 5 members. And one table with what? 3 table is 6 and other should be 5 years. Like that. Minimum it should be 4. You have to think it should be 4. You have go to you have to think about the maximum value there. And next thing, in order to complete the reading assignment on time, Ferry planned to read 90 pages per day. 90 pages per day. However, she read only 75 pages per day. Not expect that. Leaving what? 690 pages to be read during first 6 days. His plan, what? Have to 690 pages during the last 6 days before the assignment was completed. How many days in all did Terry have to complete the assignment on time? How many? First day he read only 75. Okay. Having altogether, they are having what? 690 pages to be read during the last 6 days before the assignment was completed. How many days in all did Terry have to complete the assignment on time. How many days old? How many days should be there? How to calculate that one? Okay, you can think. Last 6 days. They are together. Last 6 days. She take how many? Last 6 days. 690. Okay. 90 pages per day, but 375 in the first day. Okay. Now, hard to solve. Total pages should be what? Normally, if I consider number of days at D, it should be 90 into D. Normally it should be 90 into D. It should be equal for what? She read only 75 pages per day at the first, leaving 690 pages to be during the last 6 days. Last 6 days, in the beginning, how many days? Don't know. How many days? Actually, firstly, he take how many days? Don't know. Okay. Yes. Altogether, at last 6 days, if I consider all days are D, it should be D minus 6. Okay. And there are 690. Now simplify the D. When you simplify this one, you can simplify it. It becomes D equal for 16. This kind of algebra may be a little bit hard. You have to construct this algebra. That's the thing. You have to construct this algebra. Okay. That is the thing you have to do here. This kind of algebra building. Okay. And the next thing, here, S is greater than 0. R over S equal for S. What is the R in the term of S? How to do that one? Different kind of this. If I take the square root, square of the both side, R over S squared equal for other side also square. Now square and square root cancel. R over S equal for S2. Divide S goes to other side, it become multiplication. R equal for S2 into S. So S3, S to the power 3 equal for R. R equal for, yes. They ask you what is R. It should be what? S3. R equal for S3. It is C. If you are taking the squares of the both side, you can easily get it. Okay, you have to simplify a little. Yes, you have to simplify it. So next thing, 3 greater than x less than 100. How many values x over 3 square of the prime number? What is that? What is that? X should be 3 and 100 between that. How many values of x is x over 3, the squares of the prime numbers? What is that? Squares of the prime numbers. If I consider prime number as 3, what is that? What is that? Think now. How many values of x is x over 3 squares of the prime number? That x over 3 equal for what? Squares of the prime number, p squares. Okay. So if I consider x, divide 3 goes to other side, x equal for multiplication 3 p squared. Okay. Like that. Now, x should be between 3 and 100. Okay. So what are the prime number can we take? It can be 2, 3, 5, like that. Square of the prime number. X over 3, the square of the prime number. How many values of x? X over 3 is the square of the prime number. Now, if I consider prime number as x, P equal for 2. Prime number as 2. What should be the x equal for what? 3 times of 2 square is what? 4. It's 12. Okay. Next one. If I consider prime number as 3, x equal for what? 3 times of 3 square 9. It's 27. Yes. If I consider prime number 5, x equal 3 times of 5 square 25. 75. Next one. 7. 7 is square. Yes. It's more than 100. So these three value can be. So they are mentioned. What? The x value 3 to 100. How many values? X is x over 3. X is x over 3. Hmm. X is x over 3. How many values there? X is x over 3. What is that one? What is x is x over 3. X is x over 3 is class of the prime number. X value 12. X over 3. Yes. X over 3. Yes. 100 can be. Yes. Yes. It consider 3x1. Yes. Yes. X over 3. Yes. 12 can be there. And 27 also can be there. Yes. But 75? No. Cannot. 75 cannot. So you have to consider only these two. X is only 12 and 27. Fall within what? The difference of that two. X over 3. X is x over 3. Yes, between that. Something different. 12. Yes. 12 over 2. This is greater. Yes. Next one. If I consider 27, 27 over 3. That one, what happened? Yes, that one greater. Okay, think. It's something different. Only 12 and 12 is sound. 3 to x to 1, yes. Yes. 3 to x to 100. No. 75 can be, no? Yes, sorry. This is not. What I saying this. Sorry. These three values should be 12, 27, and 75. That three values can be. There are three, not two. Yes. Going for someone answer that way, sorry. Okay, next one. The researcher planned to identify each participant in the certain medical experiment, which is a code of consist of either a single letter or pair of distinct letters written in alphabetical order. What is the least number of the letters that can be used if there are 12 participants and each participant is the receive different code? Each participant in the receive different code. What is that? Something different thing? Okay. Researcher plan to identify each participant in a certain medical experiment. Code consists of either single letter or pair of distinct letters. It may be single letter or pair of distinct letters. Written in alphabetical order. It should be order. What is the least number of the letters that can be used? There are 12 participants. There are 12 participants. Single letter or pair of letters. Pair of each participant is received a different code. It should be different code. So how to find that one? The number of code n letters should be equal for what? If they are having n letters, they are having equation. You can use. If I use how many different code? If I take n, it should be n plus n over 2. For what? If I consider n as 4, 4 plus 4 over 2, yes, it's 6. Is that sufficient? No. N letters, if they are having n letters, what is that? What is you have to think with the answers. It's better. I write like this. Okay, if you are taking like that, it taking more time. There I have 12 participants. For 12 participants, okay. If I take 4 participants, 4 letters A, B, C, D. Next one, A, B, A, C, A, D. Yes, difference. And next thing, B, C, and B, D, and C, D. How many letters? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's can't. So 4 not enough. It should be 5. It should be 5. At least 5. That's the differences. How to find that term? They are having equation like that. It can be finding like here. They are having equation what? N, this kind of this, n plus what? 4. Next one. N plus actually what? They are having like that. Sorry. 2n plus n over 2. 2n plus n over 2. Here's the equation. Something like that. Otherwise, 2n plus n. Sorry. Maybe something different code. 2n plus n. Yes. Okay, they are having different equation. Actually, there are no need to consider much. You have to think it like that. No need time. Okay, this is exam. That's why. Okay, yes. You have to consider your maths knowledge there. Okay, here. Next one, 212. They're asking the graph of the which following equation is the straight that parallel to L figure above. If it is parallel, you have to know what is the gradient here. What should be the gradient and intercept? Do you know how to find the gradient and intercept like the y equal mx plus c? Okay, otherwise, if it is parallel, the gradient is equal. Or less, if it is parallel, the gradient is equal. What is the gradient here? Y difference, what is this equation? This is 0, 2. This is 2, 0. You know this coordinate. Yes. What is the difference of y? Here 2. Difference of x. Minus 2, it's minus 1. The gradient is minus 1. Now check. Or less, if the gradient is minus 1, it should be equal. What is the gradient of minus 1 here? You can find the gradient when you subject that one. Here, 2x goes to the other side plus 2 plus 2 over 3. No. Here goes to the other side. Here minus 2 over 3. Not that. Here you can what? Divide by 3. Yes. It's 2 over 3. Not that. You can divide by 2. Yes. 3 over 2. Not that. When you are taking, yes. If it is parallel, the radius should be equal. Here, when you divide by 2, look at here. Here 2 over 3. But what happened? The graph which is following equation is a straight line. Okay. But all of them, they are not parallel, no? Any value. Sorry. This value goes for 3. Oh my God, sorry. 3, 0. So, if it is 3, 0, what should be there? Y difference 2 over 0. Here, 0 minus 3. Sorry, minus 3. So, 2 over minus 3. Anyone? 2 over minus 3? Yeah, this one. This one should be the parallel one. 2 over minus 3. This one should be parallel. 2 over minus 3. And next thing, in object from the directly height of h feet after t seconds, where h equal like this. At what height in feet in the object 2 seconds after reach the maximum height? 2 seconds after maximum height. It should be, you can substitute that one as 2. 2 minus 3 squared plus 150 minus 60 minus 150. It's what? 134. You can substitute T as 2. So here, which of the following equivalent for the pair of inequalities? X plus 6 greater than 16 and x minus 3 greater less than or equal to 5. Okay, which is the following inequalities? Which of the following inequalities? X plus 6 greater than 10 and x minus, yes. X plus 6 greater than 16 means x greater than what? 60. Here, minus 3 goes to other side. X less than or 8. So this 2, 8 and 16. 8 and 16. What should be there? 8 and 16 should be plus 6. Oh, sorry. Plus 6 goes to minus 6. It become 4. Sorry. 4 and 8. 4 and 8. Lot of mistakes today. Why I don't know. 4 and 8, it should be fourth one. It should be fourth one, yes. Okay, next thing. David has a D books. Which is 3 times as many as Jeff and 1 or 2 many as Paula. What is that? David has D books, which is 3 times as many as Jeff. Okay. David D, which 3 times many as Jeff, 1 or 2 Paula. How many books do 3 of them have together in the, yes. Here, 3 David had D, 3 times of 3D. Here, 3 times of many as Jeff. Look at here. David had ebooks, which is 3 times as many as Jeff. So Jeff have D over 3. Sorry. 1 over 2 as many as Paula. Paula has double this or 2D. Now add. Different thing, yes. If I multiply by 3, here 3D plus D and 6D. Altogether 9D should be there. Is that clear? Should be like that. If I multiply by 3, here 3D, here D, here 6D. Altogether 10D. Yes. Yes. 10D or 3. Yes. Yeah. Here. Or 3 there. Yes. Yes. Multiply by 3. Yes. Okay, next thing. There are 8 teams in the certain league, and each team plays each of the other teams exactly once. Okay, one by one. If each game played by 2 teams, each games played by 2 teams. What is the total number of game played? There are 8 teams. Okay, 8 teams. There are 8 teams. Okay, so look at here. Now think. Okay, this one good question. How many matches you have to think? You have to think about this one. There are 8 teams. Okay, think. Give me 1 second. Okay, this kind of question, there are having call it combination. We call it combination. So NCR combination actually. NCR means you can write N protector. Yes. We call it factorial. Sorry, N factorial. Here should be N minus R factorial and R factorial. You see that one? Here 8 factorial divide by what? 8 minus 2 factorial, 2 factorial like that. So 8 factorial actually 1 to 8. 8 minus should be 6 factorial. Here 2 factorial. 1 to 8, it should be right like what? 6 factorial, 7 into 8. Here should be 6 factorial. Here 1 into 2. 6 and 6 cancel. Here 2 and here 4. 7 into 4, it should be 28 matches. Each and every player there should be have 28 matches. They are having method calling factorial. Yes. Okay. They are having a method calling factorial. You have to use that one. Okay. So, and next thing, at the regular hourly rate, Don had estimated the labor cost for repair job is 336 and he was paid that amount. Okay. However, the job took 4 hours longer than he had estimated, and consequently, he earned $2 per hour less than his regular hourly rate. What was the time Don estimated for job in hours? Hmm. What is the time Don estimated? How do you do? That's something different one. In the beginning, they are having 4 hours question. Okay. Again, for normally the hour rate is what? Normal hour rate, if I consider as H or something, I take normal hour rate as H or something like that. If I consider like that, what can you say? I take normal hour rate H or something like that. So here, next this one you have to create one simultaneous equation or something like that. So if I take the actual hours, I take actual hours, estimated hours X, and the rate for hour is R. So when I multiply X into R should be 336. Okay, if I consider the rate per hour should be 336 divided X. Okay, but unfortunately for external hours, more than X plus 4 hours, he have to what? Decrease the hour rate. It should be R minus 2. Altogether should be 336. Now you can substitute X plus R. R as what? 336 of X minus 2 should be equal for 336. Now you can substitute and get the value of X. Finally, you can get the value of X. X should be what? When you simplify these things, you can find the X answer. X should be 24. Okay. You can get the hours. Okay. Like that one, you have to follow here. You can try this kind of question. I will explain later on. Okay. You can try it. We will explain them later on. Okay. We will discuss some questions. I have to explain other question any other day. So I think you got some idea about GMAT. So we will discuss more and more question on the next day. So thank you very much for listening. See you next day.